Hey, what's up guys? Gons here with this week's word of encouragement. It's from Psalm 46, verse 10. Here's what it says. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. Now, a lot of people use this passage to justify this idea that God speaks to you when you're still. But actually, this is not what it's talking about. This passage is actually about comfort and having refuge in who God is. See, Psalm 46 starts off with God is our refuge and strength. And he goes through here, and actually the verse right before talks about how he makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the chariots with fire. He's putting an end to the enemies of God and his people. And so when he says, be still, he is basically making a commandment for the enemies of God's people to be still and know that I am God, because God is the one that is able to put a stop to all the attacks. And his strength is so powerful that he will be exalted among nations. He will be exalted in the earth. And if you go to verse 11, it says, the Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress, Selah. This whole chapter is about God being our stronghold, our refuge. And be still is against the enemies of God's people, not for us to be still. But the greater part of encouragement that comes from this passage is that trust, knowing that God is our refuge. And as we go into this week, this is supposed to be a big week in terms of all the stuff going on with September. September 23rd is happening this week, and we'll know in a few days here if anything happens or not. But either way, our strength and our refuge is in God, and God will ultimately make the enemies of his people be still, and he will be exalted among the nations and exalted in the earth. So be encouraged. Know that God is God. He's totally in control of everything going on here, and so we have no reason to be anxious or worried about anything that will go down, both in the bigger global scale and in our personal lives. So hope that encourages you. Stay sober-minded this week. Be ready to be a beacon of light to the people around you if something goes down. But even if it doesn't, you should be ready to preach the gospel anyway. Have an awesome week, guys. God bless.